Alright guys, welcome back. I know I'm a little late to the boss solo party for Thronebreaker event quest, but for the Craven boss I just went with Archangel. We can completely shut him down, even with his like built-in mechanics for like limber. It's fine. We're gonna get we're gonna get our neurotoxins on. I think I did have the apocalypse synergy as well, but it's a mutant quest. Yeah, pretty easy with Archangel. I'm sure there are lots of champions that you could use for it. Here I'm going to go ahead, wait until I have a bar of power, so when he throws his, I can immediately counter with mine, and there's really not too much trouble here with the first boss. So Archangel, great option here for Craven. Next up, we've got Thing. Again, I think lots of champions can do Thing. If you really don't want to have to worry about his unstoppable, then I'm going to go with Valkyrie. Valkyrie is like an amazing unstoppable counter, great counter for Thing. So we're just going to go ahead, hit into the block here. And I think my Valkyrie is, I think on this account, is probably max Sig, if not super close. So 1 or 2 Pierce is all I need in order to bypass his unstoppable. I think it's just 1. So here, still, I think I'm just careful just in case at the beginning. Yeah, but then we're like, yeah, screw it. No, we got the 2 Pierce. We're good to go. So that's fine. We can just pretty much ignore his unstoppable at this point, and there's nothing too much other than he's a pretty annoying, or just a beefy thing, but that's fine. So we're just going to go ahead, go full combo into the block. Special 2. And there he's like halfway down after 1 special 2. And nothing else too crazy on this one here. But Valkyrie works again super well for here. Just going to push it, make sure he throws that special 2. And then counter in. So nothing too, really nothing too crazy on the first 2 bosses. And I did do these ones as well on the other account. And I'm trying to remember if I used maybe Magneto for the first one as well. Works well. You could use Domino, really anyone for that first one. And this one, again, I think I even just used like a Gamora for like a 7-star Gamora and just ripped through that one. Next up, we've got 2.1. We've got ManThing here that has Power Snack as the main one to worry about. So either you're going in with someone without buffs, which is always good for ManThing because he puts on those poison, like buffs that turn into poisons. Or you can go with someone like Nullify Immune, like Omega Sentinel, or in this case, Viv. Both of those are Nullify. Like Viv is Nullify Immune, and Poison Immune. So very straightforward fight here. So I don't have to worry about the Power Snack. We're going to go for the nice big special 2. Follow those up for a couple special 1s. That's the goal here. I'm just going to wait, I think, for ManThing to throw his special 2 there. And then I can go in with a couple of back-to-back special 2s. Even though he does have some reduced like damage there from knocking him down. But we can get like 3 back-to-back special 1s anyway, pretty decent amount. I do get clipped there, but again, these are like the first, usually these are just the first time running through these ones, so it doesn't have to be a perfect fight, but just give you a good example of what's available to use. But here we're going to go for another nice special 2 and follow again. And also the passive heal block, he also has a little bit of that unblockable to watch out for, so not too bad, but that's okay. It's just I think every time you dex, you're gonna get a Fury at 5 dexes. It gives ManThing unblockable for a few seconds, so just be aware of that. If you're dexing too much, you will trigger that unblockable, but it's not too bad. So there, when you threw it, so. Again, I've got like 4 Furies right now. If I were to go ahead and dex one more time here, there I end up taking it on the block. But if I dex one more time, I'm going to trigger the unblockable, but I'm going to end it before that happens. So just be aware of that, and then ManThing is not so bad. All right, next up we've got the Beast boss here. This one is just annoying because when you need to knock him down in order to do damage. Also, flux dispersal. Every so often you're going to have to throw a heavy attack in order to remove... Sorry, you don't have to throw a heavy attack to do damage, but every time you throw a heavy attack, he's going to go debuff immune for a little bit. Plus, he's going to get an energized passive, so he's going to gain power. But every time you hit him, you're going to do less and less damage until you throw a heavy attack to remove the flux dispersal. So you can see here, I'm doing that special too, but it barely does any damage because I'm up to 18 charges. It maxes out at 20, and then you do 0 damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for that debuff immunity to finish. I'm going to go ahead here. I think I end up just countering that heavy attack anyway, and now we're back down to 0 charges. And now I can hit in at full power, but again, every single hit is doing less and less damage until I knock him down. So we go in again for another knockdown there. But every time you knock him down, he's got the debuff immunity, so you're not going to be able to parry until you wait for it. So it's just, there's nothing crazy as long as you understand what's going on. You don't want to get stuck where you're just hitting him the entire time and all of a sudden you're not doing any damage. But really all it is you keep track of the flux dispersal, and then you can just go ahead and wait for the debuff immunity to end, knock him down, bait a heavy attack or intercept, or bait a special, and then you're good to go to keep hitting into him. And that's really all you need to do for this one. So nothing too crazy, but again, if you rely on debuffs, then it's going to be longer. So Doc Ock, not necessarily the greatest option here. I just wanted him in case I needed to manage a little bit of his power, but it didn't really end up being necessary. So not so bad at all. So any champion can really do this one. Obviously class advantage helps, but really anyone can take down this beast. There's nothing too exciting about it. So probably for the gauntlet, this one's not really one that you have to worry about too much. And now finally we got the 2 new champions, and I had some fun. I ascended my 5-star Sig 200 Blade. Just seemed like he was a natural counter to these ones if you bring in the right synergies. So Werewolf by Night is a villain. So I was not villain, he's a mystic. So I was able to bring in I think the synergy with Mephisto to give Blade danger sense for all Mystic champions. Plus you can get a petrify, put like a silver wound on if you use a hashtag silver champion against Werewolf by Night. To be honest, I did reset the fight once or twice just because you have to be careful when he does his howling. He can potentially go unblockable or unstoppable, and just getting used to his specials there. That special 2 does not seem so bad. Both his special 1 and special 2 I think you can easily get away from, but I don't have one yet to practice against. So but once I got going there, I end up I think if I would have hit that special 2, it would have been over a lot faster, but somehow I missed that one. But for the most part, this worked out pretty well with Blade. I don't know if I'll use him for the gauntlet. Maybe. It should be fun. He worked for both Werewolf by Night and for Morbius. So it was pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. But again, there you can see I finally figured out how to evade that special 1, but still wasn't super confident with attacking in. I think it's once I figure out the timing, I think I really only did this my first time, and I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't paying attention too much to the spacing, but once I figure out the count on that special 1, then I'll know exactly when to counter it. So it's just a little bit of practice, like any brand new champion that I have not seen before. I'm not in the content creator program, so I've never seen Werewolf by Night up until now, and Blade did the trick. I did heal him up a little bit and used him for Morbius as well. The only thing to worry about with Morbius is he does have that psionic dash in that his medium attack is unblockable, so you have to be aware of that. Now again, here I did use the synergy with Ghost Rider to give me danger sense against all villain champions, and I think I was able to block that psionic glide because of that. That one got me, and then once he gets you with a psionic glide, he can't get you again for a little bit. So it wasn't too bad. Get off a huge special 2, melt him down pretty quickly with the bleeds from Blade. Again, I wasn't the animations are brand new to me, so but I did get this one down on the first try. And again, there is no reward for a solo, at least at this point. Sometimes we have had those in the past where you had to solo bosses with specific champions or classes, but not for this one. So you can just go in, learn the new champion, get him down, have fun. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.